Hi, I'm Mark Turner, president of the Gilroy Chamber of Commerce, and we're back with our Why Gilroy segment. And we're here today with Michele Campbell from Michele Campbell Insurance Services, and they're located at 64th Street. So Michele, thanks for being with us. We're glad that you're here. Before we get started, Michele, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hi, Mark, and good morning, everyone. Well, I am an insurance agent, and I live here in Gilroy. I work in Gilroy. I have my office on 4th Street, like Mark said. I've been in Gilroy for 22 years now, raised my kids here. They graduated from Gilroy High, and moved down here from the Bay Area, from up in Fremont, and so was born in England. I don't know how far back you want me to go. Raised on the East Coast, and then out to California, and now down in Gilroy. I love Gilroy. Gilroy reminds me of my upbringing back east. It's a smaller town, and it's got a small town feel, even though there's a lot of people here.
Well, Michele, I know that you used to have back in the day, you had a bookstore. I think you did another business. How long have you been in the insurance business?
Well, I've actually been in the insurance business for almost 30 years. If you add them together, it's close to 30 years, with a few little takeouts, in other industries. Or not necessarily, I worked for some insurance companies. I've worked in HR, which I was always handling benefits for employees at different companies. And my husband and I owned our own business in the 90s, where we were buying insurance for our employees. So when I say I've been in the insurance industry, it's been more from an HR perspective. And then I worked for Cigna years ago. And you really get to know different angles of the insurance. And so it was kind of a natural transition. When I got licensed in 2006, I already knew the insurance industry. So it's been very natural for me.
Well, with regard to your business, what do you specialize in?
Mm-hmm. So I did start out with doing individual health insurance. So that's people that just need to buy insurance on their own. And in 2008, I was introduced to the Medicare market, and I fell in love with it. Became very passionate and focused primarily on that. It's probably 95% of my clients are Medicare, and pretty much became top in my industry in Northern California. I have a whole team that works under me now. I'm a manager per se, like in a hierarchy channel. And I have 50 agents all over Northern California that work under me. They're not my employees. They're independent agents also, but I support them, train them. And so pretty busy now in this, I have a couple thousand clients and 50 agents. So never a dull day in my life.
Well, why Gilroy? Why did you choose to invest in Gilroy?
Mm-hmm. When I came here 21 years ago, my son started kindergarten. My daughter was in 3rd grade. And I just got that sense of community back. I lived in Fremont for 20 years. And after I graduated from high school, I never saw anybody I knew. It was just such a different community. I moved to Gilroy, and you can't go to the grocery store without knowing anybody. You can't without running into someone, right? So and then also I went through some tragedy the first few years with my parents passing away, like 3 weeks apart. And the community was there for me. They reached out, my church, just everybody I knew reached out and supported me. And I don't think I would have had that in Fremont. And I was only here a short time when that happened. And that pretty much cemented my feelings for Gilroy.
We've done several of these segments now, and it's interesting because that's the common theme we keep hearing about Gilroy, is that it's a community that encourages one another, is there when there's difficult times, helps one another. And really over these last couple of months, and really when you think about it, over this past year, Gilroy has gone through some very difficult and challenging times. Most recently, of course, is the pandemic. Businesses have had difficulty getting started, getting up and going again. How have you been able to manage your way through these last several months?
Actually quite well. We just happened to get a new phone system right before the pandemic that was a voice over IP line. So we were able to take our phones and go to our homes, me and my employees, And it was like we were sitting, we grabbed our monitors, we just grabbed everything we needed, and we were able to work from our homes and answer the phones just like we're sitting there in the offices, and call each other on extensions, and everything was wonderful. We did find out we're actually an essential business, and there are times that we can't do things through the internet or online because maybe a senior doesn't have internet, or they don't use computers. So there are times we have to meet with people to get a signature. And so most of the time we're able to do it via Zoom and email and faxing, but occasionally we have to meet with people. So we went back to the office in mid-June, and we are working out of the office now, but we're far enough apart. We're each in our own offices, and then the employee out front is by herself. So we have plenty of protection. So.
Well, good. Okay. Since you are then, if somebody does need to come and see you or get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Call us. I mean, our door's locked. You can't just walk in. You have to knock. But call us. Because sometimes we're not there, and we want to make sure we're there when you come by. But usually we'll try to facilitate the conversation over the phone or via a Zoom call, because I can do the same thing with someone like over Zoom that I could in front of them. And I'd rather keep the distance. I want to be protected too, but I also want to protect everyone.
And what's the best number for them to call?
408-848-2271.
Very good. Well, Michele, thanks for being with us. We appreciate you participating in our Why Gilroy segment. I'm Mark Turner, President of the Gilroy Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for being with us.